Welcome back, everybody. We're on the episode 6 of Edelbrock Live. How you doing, Eric?
Doing pretty good. Can't
Yeah.
complain, man. It's
Awesome.
we got what today and tomorrow, and then we hit the weekend.
Yeah,
That's my
pretty much.
favorite day of the week.
Exactly. What is it? Friday Junior, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Or they call it like Christmas, right? It'd be like Friday Eve.
Yep, exactly. All the different applications for intake manifolds on the LS3 platform, the rectangle port. We get this question a lot. People want to understand what the difference between the cathedral port.
Still zoomed in.
Huh?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Cool.
Yeah, the cathedral port and then the rectangle port, which is the LS3. We have everything from something like this, the XT manifold, to one of our newer cross ram. Then we have something like this, which is our dual plane. Eric is going to take us into a little bit of detail as far as pretty much the base model that we offer for the rectangle port, and then up to something like this and something like the cross ram.
Yeah, so like most of our product lines, we kind of start with either the Performer or the RPM, and this is the Performer RPM. So really, this is a good your base street model. We did this for guys that wanted to take an LS3 and actually carburate it. They wanted that kind of that old style look and an engine swap. As we know, engine swaps are huge. Everybody's been doing them for years, especially in the LS side. The LS side pioneered it. So
Yeah,
really,
everybody LS swaps everything pretty much.
yeah,
nowadays.
exactly. It was really LS1 started everything, and now now you got guys that are finding LS3s. It's too bad, but to find them in junkyards,
Yep.
means somebody bagged a car or something. But so for a guy that finds, this is really a really good start. It's an RPM level. It's a great performance intake. This only comes in carbureted.
Yep.
So I say carbureted, but it doesn't have fuel injectors, so just carbureted. Or somebody could really, if they wanted to, run an elbow with a blower or something like that.
Gotcha.
That's how this is really set up for. Just a great all around good performance carburetor.
All
And then from there you kind of go up the line. This one, in the case of the LS3, we kind of skip some of that stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
And go right up to like the Victor Junior, and I'll kind of give you guys that one here on the background. The Victor Junior, now you're getting into a single plane race style setup. Where this Performer is a dual plane, so really meant for street performance, good bottom end torque, good drivability. This, now you're moving a lot of air. So the Victor Junior is the next level up.
Gotcha.
Victor Junior means that it's using stock geometry, so we
Okay.
haven't moved the ports, anything like that, so you can still use off-the-shelf headers, heads,
Gotcha.
all that good stuff. So
All right.
everything's all in the right place. But now you get into the fact that it's available for carb-rated and EFI.
Gotcha. And that's where you can see like the provisions for the injectors in case,
Exactly.
like Eric said, we actually offer it in both carbureted and EFI applications. So
And 4150 and 4500. So
the
that's
flange style. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
so now
Okay.
I said this is where you can see. I'll skip ahead to the Victor Junior because you can see that. Like here's a 4500 flange. I mean, look how big that sucker
yeah.
is. You're all about moving some serious air.
Yep.
So now the next step up would be this bad boy, which is the Victor Junior. I mean,
Okay.
sorry, Super Victor.
Super Victor.
Super Victor. I'm totally mistaken. Super Victor, you can see again, is available. This would be a carbureted style, and if I
Okay.
flip to the next screen, you'd see now you got your bungs.
Gotcha.
And now you're fuel injected. And again, this level, fuel injected, carbureted, 4150, 4500.
And pretty much all our ProFlow EFI systems are all single plane as well, right?
Yes.
It's a junior, I believe it's a Victor Junior.
Yeah,
Yep.
so using that. And that's just because of the way fuel injection, believe it or not, it's kind of this is interesting to me, but fuel injection doesn't like dual plane.
Yeah.
It actually likes that single plane, and so for some reason, we don't know why, but I guess the engineers know why.
Yeah.
But so we do, which is weird, because it's opposite of carbureted. When you're carbureted, you want a dual plane.
And a lot of on social media where they wonder why our EFI systems are all single plane, and they're very good for street applications and stuff like that. But the engineers understand why. It's just a distribution of air, and I guess because of the fact that the injector's right at the runner, it doesn't need the dual, it doesn't need the dual plane like this design right here.
Yeah.
All right, so after the Super Victor, pretty much we got these two, right?
So yeah, so that kind of follows the traditional, what we call like a traditional looking intake manifolds. Now we're in the fuel injection.
Gotcha.
So yeah, now we're into, these are specifically fuel injected and designed really for really specialty applications.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from what I understand is when they originally designed this was for the LS3 Corvette originally, right?
Yeah, this project is a fun, we could do a whole episode just on this.
Yeah.
But kind of the backstory was this started out as kind of an R&D project that really didn't have a timeline. It was like, hey, can we make something that fits underneath the hood of a Corvette for an LS3? And it kind of, it took, I want to say it was 3 years to get to this. And I saw several different crazy designs. I think we have a pallet full of rapid prototype plastic parts that were just epoxied and Frankenstein. And then eventually, a couple of years ago now, we got to this design.
I think it's been out, what, maybe 2 years now?
Yeah, I want to
Somewhere
say
around
2
there?
years. Yeah, and it's been doing, it sells really well. We have it available like this, black and with the red side, which, and that was like,
Yeah.
I think I go back and forth. I like the black, but at the same time that red,
It really pops when it's under the hood.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, is
Absolutely.
that for a Ferrari?
Yeah.
Like, just because it
That's
looks out there.
And the cool part is that, you know, it actually has provisions on the side for the coils, and then the fuel rails are actually under, so you can't even see them. So it's just a really nice, clean, sleek look. One of the concerns that other people have is the dual throttle body setup. There's a couple of companies that offer the electronic dual controllers. We don't have anything at the moment, but we are actually trying to work on something to offer it with the intake manifold. For the guys that are manual, then I mean it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, you know, and I also too know there's some people out there that have actually created a, you know, like you said, a manual mechanical version,
Yep.
which actually the perfect example would be the Hoonigan guys.
Oh, yeah.
So we actually worked with the Hoonigan team on their new Knuckle Buster series, and they're actually running this intake on actually it's LS1 engine with our LS3 heads.
Yep.
That allowed you to go from a small bore LS1, LS3 2, and LS3 top end, and we also threw a bunch of other goodies at it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a really, check it out, go to their channel. It's really cool. It's a really neat build. It's actually in an E36 BMW.
Yeah.
So it's not a domestic build by any means.
It's pretty
except for the
awesome.
power plant.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked that out, I mean, you guys scroll down. We actually shared all the links. There's going to be another one probably today or tomorrow that we're going to share. They do knuckle busters every Wednesday, so you know, make sure you check that out. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah, it's a really cool series. And then when they're done, they're going to really beat on that sucker, and it's going to be cool to
Yeah.
see it. But yeah, it's a really neat build. But yeah, I mean, it's a really popular intake. So kind of, progressing from there, the newest addition to our LS3 line for intake manifolds is the ProFlow XT.
Yep.
And I don't know if you want to dig into that one a little bit.
Yeah, the cool part was that we actually tested this against one of our high ram competitors, and price-wise, it's actually cheaper, and we made about 3 to 4 horsepower more than them, and then torque we made about 10 to 15 horsepower foot-pounds of torque more than our next competitor. And as you can see on the graph, just the smoothness of the curves on the horsepower and torque are just, I mean, it's night and day. You can see the different dips in the horsepower, and the torque curve is just nice and consistent, and just it's a really good. We've had a lot of people actually run this on the Cathedral port, and now that we offer it for the LS3, people are starting to run it. I saw one just recently on somebody tagged us. It was a what's it called? RX-7.
Oh wow!
This guy had an RX-7 with this intake manifold with a single turbo running like 9 seconds.
Nice.
It was pretty cool. And the cool part is they had to cut out the hood, so all you see is the top of our. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really great intake. I mean, if you can see, like I said, I think that's the key is our engineers spend a lot of time on this part of it. They spend a lot of time really making it the power band nice and smooth, the drivability on it, just how it delivers the power smooth. Because like I said, if you look at our competitor, which is a light pink line, there's some dips in here, and that's the kind of stuff you feel in the car. So that's just been a lot of our time. And yeah, the ProFlow X2 series, what's great about these is they've also added some stuff that you can't really see it on your side, but right along the top here, we actually have a little, kind of wouldn't call it a bung, but a little pad.
It's pretty much like a provision for if
nitrous.
you want to do nitrous, exactly. Let's see if I can.
I mean, hell, if you wanted to, somebody could probably even do an extra fuel injector, added fuel if they're really going in a big build. But so we've done a lot. Our engineers do a lot of work on these. And it's been the ProFlex team line has been in our lineup for, God, I want to say 7 or 8 years when we first started with small block Chevy and then moved into LS1, LS2. So we get a lot of requests for these, and we see them in, like Eddie said, we see them in drag race, autocross, you name it. Because just really, it's got a nice big plenum, lots of air, tapered down. So it's just a really good, all around good design. Like I said, not the most hood friendly, but at the same time,
it is pretty tough. If you're going for a high ram style intake manifold, that's what it is. But this thing, where it really shines is in a boosted application. I mean, I've seen turbos and twin turbo setups with these things. I remember one time I was at a half-mile track racing, and this guy was running like 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower on an LS with one of our intake manifolds. So I mean, it's a proven intake manifold, So if you're looking for something off the shelf that you could just bolt on and go, this is it right here.
And what's great about both of these, we also, our engineers have left material in there for you to do the work. So both will utilize or the stock bolt, so you can use any 90 millimeter. But also too, I know at SEMA last year, we saw some of these guys had one on Nova, and they had machined it out to 105 millimeter.
Yep.
That's set up for provisions where you can actually, there's more material, so you can actually machine out to 105 millimeter. So we've kind of also, our engineers done a good job of leaving some material in there for you guys to go to work and take it. I mean, please take it well beyond what we planned it for.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best part about it, seeing the different, performance things
And I
that
mean,
people do.
if you guys have any of these intake manifolds, feel free to share with us. You could either message us on Instagram or Facebook, and we love to see these kinds of builds. We always check them out. If something really cool, and we wouldn't mind doing a feature on your guys' build. So I mean, feel free to share anything you guys build.
Yeah, please do. Absolutely, we love that. We love that kind of stuff, and I'm sure we'll find a use for it.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
We got any questions on Facebook?
No, so far we're just getting. Kind of looks like we're getting a lot of love. That's cool. We're getting a lot of cool stuff. Hey, Michelle Abadi actually chimed in. Michelle's actually a racer that we sponsor. She has Michelle's she's all over the place now. We started out sponsoring her in her SCCA car.
Yep. On
it's actually a FRS with our blower on it, but now she's getting in all kinds of. She's got an LS build she's working on.
That's right.
And so we're going to be working with Michelle quite a bit. So yeah, cool, Michelle.
Awesome.
I got somebody asking about our big block Ford BV3 heads. I know, man. We talked about those for a while, and yeah, you know what? It's a Greg Price. Greg, I know it's still on its way, and maybe that'll be a future episode. Maybe when we get down here, Eddie and I'll go over to the engineering department and find out, and maybe get you an answer. But yeah, that's something we mentioned quite a few years ago. But a product that big, that unique, that specialized, takes a while to develop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not seeing anything else right now, so we're just getting a lot of cool stuff. But everybody's just liking what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, every week, I mean, if you guys have any questions, we're going to be doing this either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the week. We have a lot of things going on around here, so we're going to do it once a week. If you guys have any questions, make sure you sign on while we're doing it live, so we can have a live Q&A. And I think that's pretty much it on my end.
I think that's it. So I guess we're signing out for today. See you next week.
All right, take care, guys.